visit me during my 18-month hiatus at Carowinds. It is good to be home. You know, the true story is grandparents and grandkids, and it's tough to keep them apart. So fortunately, I had the opportunity to come back here to Dorney and reunite everybody so they could see each other often and go to church together and all that. You know, it's good to be home. Grew up at the park, started there when I was 14. Met my wife there. You know, the true theme park romance story. She doesn't work there anymore. She's moved on. She's in the steel industry, but good times. And Carter, you know, my oldest son, his favorite ride, Dick knows, right? He told Dick what his favorite ride was at Knoebels last year, the flying turns. And you know, the toughest thing as being a father that I've encountered so far is having a 53-inch tall son with the world's tallest and fastest giga coaster open at your park. So Carter, you know, I didn't bend the rules. Carter did not get to ride last year, but I promised him opening weekend this year we'd fly down because he's finally tall enough. He got on his first B&M over Christmas at Six Flags. He got to go on Nitro, and he loved it. So, all right, enough about me. Why don't we start with Cedar Point? No? Can we start with Dorney? Yeah. Can we start with Dorney? All right, well then, if we're... I'm sorry. I can switch no, it's fine. I just have to switch my stuff up. Okay, let's start with Dorney Park. So first of all, you guys love giveaways, right? Yes. All right, so we have a Dorney Park Haunt keychain for everybody. It's a really nice skeleton key one. And this bracelet, you may want to wear it, you may not, but if you don't, it's a 4 gig flash drive. And everybody can use a flash drive. All right, so trivia question. I brought one of these banners. And this is from the 90th anniversary of Thunderhawk.
Want me to hold that?
So what is the oldest ride at Dorney Park?
ACE Eastcoaster.
The whip.
The whip. The whip.
Who was the first one to say the whip? Somebody over, I heard the whip over here.
I said it, I don't know.
I said it, I said it.
All right, you get it. I tried to trick you. You guys didn't fall for it.
I know my Dorney.
It's the whip. The whip opened in 1920. Thunderhawk opened in 1924. Now, it just so happens I brought two. But this one is for the auction. 20, 20, 20. Do I have 20? $20. $20 there. How about 30? 30, 30, 30. Anybody 30? Looks good in your living room, dining room. There's 30. $40.
Kitchen table.
$50. I'm not telling you where Cliff's going to put it. Anybody else? $50 going to Cliff. Anybody else? Ooh, 60. 60? All right, we have $60 in the back. 70, 70, 70 to Cliff. $80. Anybody? Anybody? 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. 80 in the back. Cliff, you've got competition. 90, 90, 90. Anybody with 90? 90, 90. 90. 100. All right. How about 120? Let's see if we can end this one. 120 right here. 130. 130. 130. You got yourself a good deal on that trivia question. $130. $130. Going once. Oh. 130 right there. Okay. 140. 140. 140. 140. $150. $150 going once. $150. $150 going twice. They do take credit cards. $150. Closed. Sold for $140. Okay, so let's get rolling on Thunderhawk.
What is Thunderhawk?
We can go slide through or go right
I almost paralyzed.
All right, I'm in the driver's seat. Okay, so Thunderhawk, there's a lot of things that we've known about Thunderhawk, and there's some things that we've learned recently. With doing the new trains on Thunderhawk, we spent a lot of time down at PTC. And they have some outstanding archives. They have an immaculate shop. They do great work there. And we talked to them a little bit to ask them about Thunderhawk and what do they know about the history. So it turns out the Dorney Park website itself was wrong for a long time. In fact, there might be one or two spots that still say 1923 is when it opened. It did open in 1924, and that was news to us. Obviously, you guys know it was originally called the Coaster. It is PTC's oldest operating roller coaster in the world. It is one of the 10 oldest roller coasters continuously operating in the world. It is the 8th oldest in the United States continuously operating. So a lot of history. We're really proud of it. We're going to do some renovations this year. New trains. It will have seat dividers, but it won't be full. It'll be like kind of the bar that wraps around. It will have individual seat belts, but it's going to have open air fronts, which we're really excited about. We're going to repaint the ride because that's something that it has really needed for a long time, and we've heard that from all of you. It will be, so something else we learned, when it first opened, it was painted white, and we didn't know that until we did some research. It is going to be repainted the banana cream-ish color that it is right now. Who likes the lights that are on Thunderhawk right now? I didn't think so. So we're taking those off, and we're going to put the traditional glass globe lights, and we're going to outline pretty much the entire roller coaster just like it was. All right, the new trains will be maroon and gold, and this is actually PTC when they did a paint mock-up for us. So this is also up for bids. Right now, not for an auction, but for trivia. We'll start and see if anybody really knows the answer, but I don't know if anybody will. How long was the coaster when it first opened in 1924? And that's when it was an original out and back roller coaster. Does anybody know?
3,000?
I have a 3,000. You're close. 3,200. You're getting colder, so 3,000. All right, everybody's guessing. Okay, so I'm going to give it to this gentleman right here, but we did research, and they looked it up. They found one of the original plans for the coaster, and they found some of the contracts, and it was 2,969 feet. It's about 200 feet longer than it is right now, so the original out and back was longer. Here you go. Thank you.
That looks more like something that should go to a Redskins fan.
All right, so speaking of history, one of the things that we uncovered in working with PTC was the original bill of sale when the ride was purchased. And I don't know about you guys, but I thought this was really cool. So originally it was purchased with one train. It had 6 cars, 4 seats per train, and they cost $4,200 in 1923 dollars. Machinery and chain was $2,200. I wish I could buy a chain today for $2,200. The plans and specs were $3,000. Again, I wish I could get some plans for that. And this wasn't Herb Schmeck's first roller coaster, but it was one of his earlier ones. And to have the expertise of Herb on site while we were constructing the ride, that cost us $17 a day. So again, I would think you guys would think this is pretty cool. I thought that was awesome. So they also have some good pictures of PTC from when they were building the coaster. And one of the toughest things was navigating around the trolley tracks, because it was the Kutztown Traction Company that had the trolley that ran from Kutztown to Allentown, and they actually owned the park for some time. And the coaster had to go over those tracks. And one of those openings is smaller, but it's still there today for the little drive, but the other one has been completely closed up, and visitors could arrive, and anybody going downtown went underneath the coaster as they went through. And I don't know, I just thought these were incredibly awesome. I also thought this was really amazing, because I have searched high and low to find roller coaster pictures of Thunderhawk when it was an out and back. So you got to think there wasn't a lot of photography back then, and certainly if anything's around today, it's probably maybe in a shoebox in an attic. But I had never really seen this image before, and I just thought it was absolutely incredible. So that's when it was 2,969 feet long. It was only in this configuration through the 1929 season. Okay, on to today. So this is about a week ago. We went down to PTC just to check on the progress on the new train. And they've got a lot of the pieces together. They have all the frames together. They have everything has pretty much been through paint at this point, and they're starting to work on the assembly. If you look at this picture on the far right, that shows the open air front. And it's going to be actually lower than what a traditional front of a roller coaster would be, because we wanted even more air whipping over the top. And Thunderhawk logo will be across the top. So that'll be a new element for us. So a little bit of new with the old. And that concludes Thunderhawk. Just wanted to give a couple slides. I actually don't think Dorney was officially invited. Kind of sneak it in on Cedar Point. But you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So now, Bobby, can we talk about Cedar Point? Next slide. Okay. All right, Val Raven. So I'm going to conjure my inner Tony Clark. He's a lot funnier than I have more hair. And he wants me to talk about the Winter Chill Out, and to give me a couple of details. It's going to be Saturday, February 20th. Proceeds go to a kid again. The event is currently sold out, but thank you to everybody who is coming, and we'll get to spend some time at that event. Now, to follow up on Kennywood earlier, they were talking about beer, and Cedar Point's going to have the Beer and Barbecue Festival. This year it will be in Frontier Town. Local breweries and food vendors are going to take over all of the shops that are in the Frontier Town Trail area. More details are coming from Tony Clark, but he wanted me to make sure everybody know that there's beer. There is not a date. I suggest you tweet Tony Clark. Is there? Oh, I'm sorry.
Date on there.
I didn't make the PowerPoint. It's from May 27th till June 12th.
That's a lot of brew and barbecue.
All right, Coaster Mania. It's going to be a little bit different this year. They're changing things up, and I don't believe they've announced any details up until now. But Friday, June 3rd, here is the list of coasters. And Tony wanted to make sure that I told you that there is Valraven ERT time in both the morning and the evening sessions, so everybody can get their daily dose of Valraven. Returning will be the Coaster Mania Film Festival, the photo contest, the cruise. I want to go on a cruise. Q&A session and lunch, all coming back. What's new to this year, there will be a maximum of 1,200 participants, and the reason they're doing that is they want to make sure that the ERT, you actually get enough time to get on all the rides. So 1,200 participants, and you must be an active club member, and there's going to be a list of clubs that will be put out by Tony Clark for this year. But Coaster Mania coming up, and tickets will be around $30. There will be combo pricing and hotel discounts. Coaster Camp Out. Who did Coaster Camp Out last year? Crickets. Okay. Well, if you want to try it this year, it's going to return. You get to sleep overnight in the park. It benefits a great cause, and the exact date and pricing will be coming from Tony later. Quick update on a couple of projects going on at Cedar Point. They've been working on repainting a lot of rides there, and Top Thrill Dragster, they started last year. They kind of had to take a little pause right now because of the winter. They're going to resume. It'll probably be the end of the year till it's done. Apparently it takes a long time to paint a 420-foot roller coaster. What they did complete was Raptor, which looks absolutely amazing. And apparently Cedar Point really liked the lights that we put on Fury 325 because they added the lightsaber to Raptor. Nobody knows what I'm talking about? Green lights, which are blue right now. Okay, on to Val Raven.
Hey everybody at East Coaster, thank you so much for making some time for us to give you an update on what's going on at Cedar Point. Sorry we could not be there in person, but I did want to give you the latest and greatest updates from the park. So here we go, we're on the Val Raven construction site. As you know, the tallest, fastest, longest dive coaster in the world. Crews are working very, very hard to get the ride erected, and what's fun is that the weather's been so nice and warm that we've gotten a lot done, and we're almost done. We're not almost done, there's so much more to do. So currently what's going on at the construction site, the guys behind me are lifting columns, and they're building the second dive to the ground. They're doing this because they have to build up from both ends of the block break, the beginning and the end, to provide more structural support for when we lift the block break piece in. So they're currently putting up columns for the second dive today, and by the time you see this, we may actually have all of this wrapped up. Probably not, but maybe. Check the webcams at cedarpoint.com for more. From there, they will continue to build throughout the course of the ride, going in the direction of travel. So you'll see You'll see the inversion over here to my left. You'll see the 270-degree roll to my right, and then they'll build towards the station as well. Elsewhere around the ride project site, you can see that the on-ride photo building and souvenir shop is framed and walled, and they're working on that, moving very quickly. At the station, all of the steel framework is put into place, so they'll start pouring concrete, putting framing around that, and you'll start to see the queue line and staircases up to the station platform take shape, and you'll see the overall shape of the station, which is actually really cool and modern. One of the weirdest stations here at the park because, of course, of the 8 across seating on the train, and because, well, they're really short. So that's happening. The marina entrance gate's getting completely redone, reconfigured. You will not see that rise probably until the structural stuff is done with Valraven. So that will be all brand new and lovely for you to see. Midway stuff. We're working on the midway after the whole project is complete, so you'll see the fencing, the landscaping, and all that go in as you'd expect. And the first chance to ride Valraven will be on Thursday, May 5th, and that is our Valraven First Rider Benefit. And the proceeds for that event will go to the LeBron James Family Foundation. And tickets for that will probably go on sale in April sometime. It is an evening event. It's replacing what would be the First Rider auction, where you would bid against each other. This is a pay-one-price event. So you can come to the event. Valraven will be open for you to ride over and over and over again. You're helping out a great cause. Other surprises in there as well, so more details coming. And then Friday night, May 6th, is our season pass holder preview night. So if you're a platinum pass holder or a season pass holder, you can come to the season pass holder preview night and ride Valraven and the rest of the rides at Cedar Point, starting at 7 p.m. So we're very excited about that. And then on Saturday and Sunday, May 7th and 8th, Valraven World Premiere Weekend. It's a weekend so big, we had to open the park a weekend early, so you'll be able to experience all of the rides, all of the attractions on May 7th and 8th, and everything will be open. Then we're closed, though, Monday through Thursday the following week, and our opening day is Friday, May 13th. So, if you'd like to take a virtual ride on Valraven, I encourage you to do so. Go to cedarpoint.com. Click on the link to the Valraven website. You can download and view the virtual ride in our Cedar Point virtual reality app. And you can hold your phone up and you can turn around 360 on YouTube even. Download the Google Cardboard Valraven VR viewer. That is really cool. It allows you to stick it up to your face and you can literally turn in every direction and ride Valraven before it opens for the season. So, thank you again for allowing us to present today and give you some more information on the ride and about Cedar Point. And we hope to see you, of course, the first weekend in of Valraven World Premiere Weekend. They lift anything yet? They're not lifting? They're sort of lifting it. It's happening behind me right now. Look, it's happening. It's like live. Have a wonderful rest of your off-season. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you at Cedar Point on May 7th.
Just a reminder, so the stats of Valraven, it will be the tallest, longest, and fastest dive coaster in the world, 223 feet tall, 75 miles an hour, 3,415 feet long. I can't wait to ride it, and I'm glad that Carter's now 54 inches, because we're going to go do that one too. Anybody wants any updates? Tony needs more friends. Follow him at Tony Clark CP. And last but not least, thank you. We hope to see you at all the parks. And I want to finish just by saying, if you voted for Fury last year for Best New Ride, thank you so much. That was the first ever golden ticket for Carowinds, and it means so much to that park to get that. But thank you. Anybody have any questions for me, or am I getting off easy? Way in the back. It's coming out soon. We'll make sure we get that out and get it on our social media. Coming out soon. I guess I don't know the details for Cedar on that one. I can tell you that at all Cedar parks we really discourage the cell phone usage, and certainly we wouldn't want somebody riding and having their phone out. It's something that we've been battling, and everybody thinks that they can hold on to it, but when it comes down to the G-forces you experience in a ride, a a lot of phones definitely meet their fates on these rides, and you know, we don't want them to hit anybody, that's for sure. Any others? Yes, sir. So Alfundo, certainly, I remember Alfundo from when I went to the park as a kid. I remember it fondly. You know, Snoopy and the characters, they're what we have right now. We did make that homage to Alfundo at the Thunderhawk Station, and we put it there because it was really Alfundo's home for so many years. I think celebrating the history of Dorney is something that's going to gain momentum, and we're going to keep doing more and more. There's really not that many parks out there that are 130 plus years old. And, you know, again, I'm a history buff. I love looking into the history of the park. It's amazing to me, even before it was Dorney Park in 1884, they were having picnics in the 1860s at the park. So Lincoln was president when the first visitors started coming to the park, which just blows my mind. So, you know, history is something not a lot of parks have, and it's something that, you know, we want to celebrate and embrace and get more and more things out there. As far as an actual Alfundo, I don't know. I hear Cliff has one. Or two. Yes, ma'am. How much does it cost to build Valraven? You know, I don't think they actually disclose the amount, but it's in the millions and millions and millions of dollars.
$1 billion.
Not a billion, but it's very expensive. Yes, sir.
Any information from the other Cedar parks that you got? Did you get PowerPoints from there?
No, the only Cedar Point was the only one that had sent me anything. That's, you know, I can speak definitely about Carowinds. So they're taking their water park, they're expanding it, they're almost doubling the size of it, and they're rebranding it, and I give them a lot of credit. It's not going to be Wildwater Kingdom or Soak City. They're embracing their brand and their heritage, and it's Carolina Shores. I'm sorry, Carolina Harbor. We wanted it to be Carolina Shores, but there was a town in Carolina named Carolina Shores. And in addition to that, I know they're doing the Starbucks and the 3D ride where you get to shoot for Plants vs. Zombies, which, to be honest, from sitting in on the calls, that's going to be a really, really cool experience. And half of the theater is pitted against the other half. And as you're shooting and playing the game, you actually get to throw some other things, like depending how you work together, that would actually hurt the other side, so that this side gets a higher score. And you know, you can get power-ups and things, and every ride is going to be different. So that's really cool and exciting. And Ghost Town Alive at Knott's. I was out there, they were retracking Ghost Rider. GCI was out there, which looks, it's really weird seeing a roller coaster when you only see the supports and there's no track. But that's underway, and they've got a lot of things that they're doing with Ghost Town Alive. That is all.
That's all. Actually, I have one more question. My question. When are we taking the trim brake off of Thunderhawk? It would really look good in my garage.
All right, let's start $50. $50. Nobody bid on it. We can't do it. The real question is, will the tunnel ever return?
Yes.
I don't have an answer to that, but it makes. But I felt bad. Thank you. Thanks, guys.